Hello students, welcome back to the quantity surveying and contracts management. Today we'll continue with the next part of the steel quantity calculation of steel roof truss. So far let's have a recap of what we discussed in the previous class. So first, the steel work that was carried out. So principal rafter, struts, central suspender, tie mains sides, ties inclined, cleats for purlins, cleats for base. So far we have discussed how to find out the numbers, their total lengths, how many numbers are included, their total length in terms of meters, and multiply the unit weight, you will get in kgs. So this we discussed up till gusset plate. So up till gusset plate, and so for gusset plate, since there is no specific designation like we give it for angles and channel sections, eye sections, so we calculate the area of the gusset plate in square meter, then multiply its thickness, so you'll get its volume, then multiply that to density 7850 kg per meter cube. So this is meter cube gets cancelled, you will get in kgs. Okay, so similarly going to the next part. So today we'll discuss quantity calculation for base plate. So what is this base plate? So base plate is provided over supports, masonry supports. As you can see here, over a masonry support we have provided with a base plate. Can you see here? Base plate is what size? 30 cm by 30 cm by 12 mm. Right. So base plate is 12 mm thick and size is 30 cm by 30 cm. That is 300 mm by 300 mm by 12 mm. So how many such base plates for one truss? Always remember we are calculating the quantities for one truss. So one base plate on this pillar, one base plate on the other pillar, like here. One base plate on this pillar, one base plate on this pillar. So likewise we have two base plates. 0.3 is the length, 0.3 is the width, so you get that in meter square. So once you get this in meter square, so 0.18 is meter square, multiply that with the thickness. We already know base plate thickness is 12 mm, divide by 1000 to make it in meters. So you'll get this, multiply that 7850, you will get in kgs. So this is the steel quantity for base plate. Now doing this up till here, from this part till this part. So the total steel quantity what we get is 573.91 kgs. Right, 573.91 kgs. Now, so this is what excluding purlins. So excluding purlins, rivets, everything. Why I have excluded purlins is because purlins are not with respect to one truss. They are resting on all the 5 trusses or the number of trusses that are provided in the structure. So if you see this plan, so this is one truss. So purlins are running over the length, right? So you cannot consider it with respect to one truss, right? So I'll calculate the quantity calculation of truss separately. Now base plate, you understood that it is 16.96 kgs. So up till here it is what? 573.91 kgs. Now the rivets for trusses and purlins, cleats and rack bolts, so all these are taken as 5% of the total weight. So this weight, above weight, so 5% is the standard we assume for accommodating the bolts, rivets, everything. So 5% of 573.91 kg will give you 28.7 kg. So this is the weight of the rivets, bolts, what we are going to include, right? So all those things are accommodated in this part, right? So rivets, once again I'll repeat, rivets, truss and purlin cleats. Not only purlin, it is purlin cleats. The cleats angle that are provided behind the purlins. Rag bolts. All these are taken as 5% of the weight. So that will be what? 5% of this above weight, it will be 28.7 kgs, which is the weight of nut and bolts. Then we have the rag bolts, which are 40 mm diameter, 30 mm long, which are provided at the base plate. Can you see here from the plan? So these are the rag bolts. They are 2 in number and they are 40 centimeter long. 40 mm diameter, 30 centimeter long. So 40 mm in diameter and 30 centimeter long. So they are 4 in numbers. So it is assumed that one bolt is of 5 kgs. So we have 4 such numbers. So 20 kg. So total till this part, whatever you calculate, so this weight, final weight what you get is weight of one truss. That includes everything, all the member weight what you have calculated, bolts, nuts, every damn thing that is included for and required for one construction of one truss. Now, so we know weight of one truss is 622.6 kgs. So similarly for 5 trusses, we have 5 trusses in a plan. So weight of one truss is 622.6 kgs. So for 5 truss it is 5 times weight of one truss. So you'll get 3113 kgs. 3113 kgs. So this 3113 kg is only the weight of truss. We haven't included the weight of the purlins, weight of the wind ties, right? So we have to calculate them separately. Since I said purlin is not part of only one truss, it is calculated separately. Now rafters at eaves of the end gable walls at 4 corners partly embedded. What is the meaning of this? Rafters at eaves of end gable at 4 corners partly embedded. So rafter size we know it is 75 by 50 by 8 and it is taken as 1.5 meter long. So 4 corners means 4 sides, each length is 1.5 meter. So 6 meter is the total length. Multiply that with the unit weight. So that rafters at eaves of end gable wall is nothing but these two are called as gable ends, right? Eaves of gable means where it is sloped. So since this is made of RCC, so the ends of the 4 corners of the walls, that is these 2 corners and these 2 corners, we have to accommodate the sheet, right? We have to accommodate this GI sheet. So 1.5 meter length of principal rafter is embedded partly inside these walls and it is suspended outside. So it is taken as 1.5 meters. So that is this calculation, right? So they are at 4 corners. Now next, calculation of purlins. Now since purlin as I said is running over complete length, so size of purlin is what? 125 by 75 by 8. So it is 15 we'll assume 15 centimeter bearing at the end walls. So it has to rest on the end walls. So 15 centimeter bearings. So previously when we were discussing, we know that there are 12 number of purlins. As we saw from the cross section. So what is the length of that purlin over which it is running? So can you see this? So these are the truss. Purlin is running like this. If this is transverse section, longitudinal section is this. So 21 meter is the in-to-in dimension. Thus we have assumed 15 centimeter bearing on one side, 15 centimeter bearing on one side. So 21 plus 0.15 plus 0.15, it is 21.3. So there are 12 number of purlins. Length of one purlin is 21.3. So multiply these two, you will get the total length of purlin. So total length of purlin you multiply with the unit weight as per the size given. This you will get from steel table. You will get the total weight of the purlin, which is 3092.76 kg, which is almost equivalent to the weight of the 5 truss, right? So this is 3092.76 kgs. Then coming to the wind ties. Next, coming to the wind ties. So wind ties, as you can see from the drawing, wind tie is given as 32 mm by 6 mm. So this wind tie is nothing but it is provided so that the GI sheet should not get lifted up. It provides the additional stiffness to the GI sheet so that the sheet doesn't get lifted up because of the wind pressure. So it is wind tie. So it takes the tie itself means it is a tension member. So 32 mm into 6 mm, and this tie member is also running throughout the length till where the GI sheet is provided. So similarly, how many wind ties we have? One on this side, one on the other side, and it is running the full length. So we have two tie members, that is wind ties, and length of that is also same. We'll assume 15 centimeter bearing on both sides. So two numbers of wind ties, length of each being 21.3 and total length is 42.60. So weight we'll get from the steel table. So we'll get total weight. So total weight of the truss, all 5 truss included plus purlins plus wind ties, you will get 6314.06 kgs, or it is 63.14 quintal or 6.3 tons. So 6.3 tons or 63.14 quintal or 6314.06 kgs. So this is the weight of the truss. So this is about the steel quantity. So next part what we are going to discuss is about the painting of the truss. So this painting of the truss, I have to discuss this at once so it will be clear for you. So for that reason I will not include the painting quantity calculation in this video. So we'll only include what is the steel quantity calculation for this particular truss. Only steel quantity in this video I'll be including. Then I'll include the painting quantity in the separate video. So there we'll be doing all the quantity calculation with respect to the painting related to the truss. So hope you are clear with the things what was explained today. Let's have a brief of what I covered in this video. Base plate thickness is 12 mm. So we have two numbers of base plate, one on one pillar, one on the other pillar. Two pillars are required to support one truss. So this is 0.3 into 0.3, so you'll get in meter square. Multiply that with thickness and density, you'll get in kgs. So for the given, calculate total weight up till this point. Then the weight of the rivets and purlin cleats are taken as 5% of the above weight. So 5% of this weight, you'll get the weights of the rivets and cleats that are required in construction of truss. Then we have rack boards which are 40 mm in diameter and 30 mm long. So there are two on one side of the plate. So as you can see here, there are two here and two on the other side. So total we have 4 numbers. Weight of each is assumed as 5 kg per meter. So we get 20 kgs. So total weight you will get 622.6 kg is the weight of one truss. I'll repeat, one truss. So multiply that with 5, you will get the total weight of 5 truss. So after calculating total weight of 5 truss, as I said, two gable end walls are of RCC or masonry. So to make it monolithic, we require a principal rafter which supports the sheet. So we embed 1.5 meter long rafter into the RCC or masonry. So there are 4 numbers. Length is taken as 1.5. So total length is 6. Multiply that with unit weight. Then purlins, as I said, is running over a full length of the plan. So assuming 15 centimeter bearing on both sides. So there are 12 numbers of purlins. Length, as I said, clear span is 21 meter. 0.15 bearing on one side, 0.15 bearing on one side. So you get 21.3. Multiply, you will get total weight of the purlins. Then wind ties, I said, these are required to provide additional stiffness to the GI sheet. So there are 2 in numbers, one side of the section, other side of the section. They are also running full length. Length being same as that of the purlin, 21.3. So you'll get the total weight of the truss, which is 6314 kgs. So this is for now. We have completed with the quantity calculation of steel. So I'll include the quantity of painting separately in the different video. So I will only cover the quantity related to painting. Thank you.